The snap-tight assembly system locks end channels to all sheets without the need for tools or fasteners. To assemble each panel, the perimeter channels are secured to the top and bottom of each sheet. Gently tap the channel over the snap-tight lugs and work your way along the sheet. Each channel should be fit to the center of each sheet. Simply tap the channel along until it's aligned. We're going to join our spliced channels now. Basically, we're just joining a pair of channels together to make a longer one. There are three parts: a left channel, a right channel, and the joiner. Looking at the part numbers, you'll see that the left channel has the letter L and the right channel has the letter R at the end of the part number. There are also printed arrows pointing to the end of the channel that needs to be joined. The joiner, called a CSJ, needs to be put in the right way to match the channel. Make sure that you've got the long sides matched up. Place the CSJ centered on the end and press in as shown until you hear it click. Repeat this with the other side and then make sure that both halves are butted up against one another. Do this for the rest of the splice channels in the pack before beginning construction. Let's assemble our ridge beam. To make the 3 meter long ridge beam, we'll need the left piece, a 97 ALR, the right piece, which is another 97 ALR, the joiner, which is a ZASP, and 8 Tech screws with neoprene washers. The first step is to remove the protective film that covers the capping of the ridge beam pieces. Take both ridge beam pieces and make sure you have them orientated the way shown, and then turn them over. Slide the capping of one under the other and then push them together until the hat sections are flush. Place the ZASP into the underside, making sure that it's centered. Then turn the beam back over. We need to fix both halves of the beam to the ZASP using 8 Tech screws. Make a mark 10 mm from the top cap as shown. Then make 3 more marks 50 mm apart. Then mark the 4 on the other side. That's all 8. Now get the Tech screws with the neoprene washers. Be careful not to over tighten and break the washer like this. Secure both halves of the splice ridge beam to the ZASP with 8 Tech screws with neoprene washers. Let's assemble the rear panel. To make the rear panel, we'll need one 81B channel, one T4L channel, one T4R channel, one 15A peak brace, one 36L sheet, one 38L sheet, one 38R sheet, and one 36R sheet. Order the sheets from left to right as follows: 36L, 38L, 38R, and then the 36R. Make sure you've got the sheets so the ends with the angle cuts are going to be at the top of the panel. Overlap the sheets by 1 rib and check you've got the bottom edges flush. Now, use 10 mm self-tapping screws to fasten the sheets together in the pre-punched holes. Skip this screw for now, we'll come back to this shortly. Get your tin snips and trim the corners as shown. Okay, add that final screw in now. Take the T4R channel and attach it to the top right side of the sheeting using the snap tight method. Make sure you've got the short side of the channel to the outside of the panel. Now take the T4L channel and attach it to the top left side of the sheeting using the snap type method. Again, making sure that you've got the short side of the channel to the outside. Take the 81B channel and attach it to the bottom of the sheets using the snap type method. Fasten the CSJ and channels using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws in the pre-punched holes. Do this from the underside of the panel. Next, we'll attach the 15A peak brace to the apex of the panel. Align it with the holes in the top of both channels, and then fasten with 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. This completes the rear panel. Let's do the roof panel assembly. To make the roof panel, we'll need 2 of the 45A sheets, 1 44L sheet, 1 44R sheet, 2 87B lips, 1 81A channel, and 1 78A channel. Lay out and overlap the sheets by 1 rib with the edge holes on the 44L and 44R to the outside. Use 4 self-tapping screws through the aligned holes at each overlap. Take the 78A channel and attach it to the top of the sheets using the snap type method. Make sure you've got the short side of the channel to the outside of the sheet. Take the 81A channel and attach it to the bottom of the sheets using the snap type method. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the channel and CSJ together. Take the 87B lip and place it on the left side. Slide it between the sheets and the channels. Secure the lip to the sheet using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take an 87B lip and attach it to the right side of the panel. Slide it between the sheets and the channels. Secure the lip to the sheet using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat these steps to make the other roof panel. They're exactly the same. Then proceed to the next step with one of them. Align the pre-punched holes in the channel and the ridge beam and then push them together. Secure the ridge beam to the roof panel using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. That completes the roof panel assembly. Now it's time for the side panel assembly. For the side panel, we'll need 2 of the 31A sheets, 2 of the 32A sheets, 1 81G channel, and 1 59A channel. Lay out all sheets next to one another, and then the outside panels, make sure that you've got the shorter pan to the inside. Ensure all the holes line up, then use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws at each overlap. Take the 59A channel and attach it to the top of the sheets using the snap tight method. Make sure you've got the short side of the channel to the outside of the sheet. Take the 81G channel and attach it to the bottom of these sheets using the snap tight method. Next, secure the CSJ and the channel together using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Secure the channel and CSJ at the top now using 2 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat these steps to make the other side panel, as they're both exactly the same. Let's construct the left door panel. To make the left door panel, we'll need one 12A door plate, 2 pad bolts, 2 58C channels, one 58A channel, 2 91A jams, one 89C jam, and the door A sheet. To start, note the orientation of the sheet. The pre-punched holes for the door plate are on the right. Take the 89C jam and place it over the edge of the sheet which has the holes for the door plate. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure this jam to the sheet. Take the 58A channel and place it on the other side of the sheet. Make sure that the hinges can extend upwards towards the outside of the door. Use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten the channel to the sheet. Take the 58C channel and snap tight it onto the top of the sheet. This channel will go over the front of the existing channel and over the jam. Secure this jam with a 10mm self-tapping screw in each corner. Repeat this process for the other 58C channel, attaching it to the bottom of the sheet. Fasten with a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Next, we'll attach the 12A door plate by placing it over the pre-punched holes midway up the door on the side of the sheet. Fix this door plate using 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Now, flip the sheet over. Take one of the 91A jams and place it over the diagonal row of pre-punched holes, sliding one face into the corner of the panel. Fasten one 10mm self-tapping screw through the sheet and into the jam. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw to fasten the other end of the jam to the sheet. Now do the same for the other 91A jam, sliding it into the corner and lining it with the pre-punched holes. Secure the jam and the corner channels using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw in the other end of the jam. We'll attach the pad bolts. For this, we'll need to use the supplied 4mm nuts and bolts. Place the pad bolt over the 4 pre-punched holes in the top of the sheet. From the underside of the sheet, push through the bolts and then finger tighten the nylock nuts. Now use pliers or a shifter to hold the nut and then use the drill to tighten up the bolts. Repeat this process for the other pad bolt at the bottom of the sheet, placing it over the holes and then using the 4 nuts and bolts. Flip the door back over and finish securing the jambs using 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws along the diagonal holes. This completes our left door panel. Let's construct the right door panel. To make the right door panel, we'll need one 12A door plate, one pad bolt, one 58A channel, one 58B channel, two 58C channels, two 91A jambs, and the door B sheet. To start, note the orientation of the sheet. We have our holes for the door plate on the left. Take the 58B channel and place it over the edge of the sheet which has the holes for the door plate. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure this channel to the sheet. Take the 58A channel and place it on the other side of the sheet, making sure that the hinges can extend upwards towards the outside of the door. Use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten this channel to the panel. Take the 58C channel and use the snap tight method to attach it to the top of the sheet. This channel will go over the top of the sheet and over the front edges of the 58A and 58B channels. Use a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Repeat this process with the other 58C channel, but on the bottom of the sheet. Again, using a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Next, we'll attach the door plate and pad bolt. Position the door plate on the pre-punched holes midway up the sheet. Fasten it using a 10mm self-tapping screw. Next, take the pad bolt and position as shown. Fix using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws, and finish off with a final 10mm self-tapping screw. Flip the door panel over. Take one of the 91A jambs and place it over the diagonal row of pre-punched holes, sliding one face into the corner of the panel. Fasten one 10mm self-tapping screw through the sheet and into the jamb. Use 2 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the top corner channels. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw to fasten the other end of the jamb to the sheet. Now do the same for the other 91A jamb, sliding it into the corner and lining it with the pre-punched holes. Secure the end of the jamb and 2 bottom corner channels using 3 10mm self-tapping screws. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw in the other end of the jamb. Flip the door back over and finish securing the braces with 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. This completes our right door panel assembly. Let's make the front panel now. To construct the front panel, we'll need one 16L gable panel, one 16R gable panel, one 77A channel, one 55C channel, one 79A channel, 2 of the 89A jambs, one 90A jamb, and 2 of the 34A sheets. Lay out the sheets as shown, making sure that the edge with the short pan is to the inside. Take an 89A jamb and place it over the inside edge of the right side sheet. Secure the jamb to the sheet using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the other 89A jamb and place it over the inside edge of the left side sheet. Secure the jamb to the sheet using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 77A channel and attach it to the top of both sheets using the snap-type method. The short side of the channel faces towards the outside. Align the channel with the holes in the sheet, then secure the channel with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 55C channel and attach it to the bottom of these sheets. Align the channel with the holes in the sheet, then secure the channel with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 90A jamb and slide it into the 77A channel at the top. Slide the notches of the 90A jamb over the 89A jambs. Secure the channel and jamb using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 3mm drill bit and drill out the holes in the CSJ in the channel. Secure the CSJ in channel using 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Finish securing the channel and jamb with 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take the 79A channel and slide it into the 55C channel at the bottom. Make sure you take the long side of this channel and place it inside the bottom channel. Secure the channels together using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Drill out the center hole, then secure the channels with 5 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Get a friend to help you flip the panel over. Please note that the top of our front panel is now at the bottom of the screen. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the bottom corners of the doorway. Drill out the 2 holes in the CSJ and 55C channel, then secure with 2 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Place the 16R gable panel over the top right channel of the front panel, aligning the pre-punched holes. Use 5 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the gable at the top of the front panel. Drill out then secure the center hole with 1 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat the process with the 16L gable panel, securing with 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Drill out the last hole, then secure with 1 10mm self-tapping screw. Secure both of the gable pieces together using 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Flip the front panel back over, then drill out the holes in the jambs to attach the doors. Take a door and place it over the front panel. Align the hinges with the hinge holes. Using a pop riveter and 6 of the pop rivets, secure the right door to the front panel. Repeat this process with the left door, attaching it to the front panel using 6 more of the pop rivets. That completes the front panel assembly. Let's start the final assembly. Standing up the rear panel, bring over the left side panel, sliding the top and bottom channels together. The side panel will fit inside the notches of the rear panel channels. Align the pre-punched holes in both sheets and then fasten with 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Moving on to the right side panel, align the right side and the rear panel. Fasten the panels together using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Get a friend to help you carry the front panel in, and then align it with the left side panel. Fasten the panels together using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. As before, align the front and right side panels, then secure with 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Now take the roof panel that we've attached the ridge beam to already and slide it onto the roof. The lips will need to hang over either side of the gables. The rows of pre-punched holes in the roof panels will align with the front and rear walls. Fasten with a single 10mm self-tapping screw. Place the other roof panel onto the roof, sliding the 78B channel into the ridge beam. On the inside of the shed, align the pre-punched holes in the channel and then pull the roof panel into the ridge beam. Secure the roof panel in ridge beam using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure to the ridge beam. Align one of the roof panels with the side panel, then secure with 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Do this again for the other roof panel, securing it to the side panel with another 6 10mm self-tapping screws. Secure the roof panels to the front panel with 8 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat for the back panel, securing the roof panels with 8 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Take one of the gable caps and fold as shown. Unscrew the end screws in the lips at the centre of the shed, then hook the gable cap under the lips and place it over. Align the holes in the gable cap and lips, then re-secure with these 2 10mm self-tapping screws. We'll attach the pad bolt hasps now. Place the hasp over the pad bolt shaft and drill out a hole. Secure the hasp with one of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Drill out the remaining hole and secure with another 10mm self-tapping screw. Close the door, extend the bolt and center the hasp over the pad bolt shaft. Mark and drill out both holes in the hasp, then secure with 2 10mm self-tapping screws. Now the shed is complete, any leftover holes can be finished off with a screw. Firstly, position the shed onto the slab, making sure the walls are squared up and it's centered. Take your angle brackets and lay them out in the positions as shown, spacing them equally along each wall. Using these brackets as a template, go around and carefully mark where the holes are on the slab and on the wall. Drill 3mm pilot holes in the wall centered on these marks. Now switch out to the 10mm drill bit and drill through these pilot holes. Next, take your hammer drill and insert the 10mm masonry drill bit. Drill down through the marks we made earlier. Be sure to go down deep enough for the height of the dyno bolt. From the outside of the shed, take the 10mm bolt and poke it inside. You may need a friend to hold it there. Align the angle bracket with the bolt and then tighten the nut by hand. Tighten it further using the shifting spanner. Put the Dynabolt through the bracket and into the hole in the slab. Tighten this nut on the Dynabolt with the shifting spanner. Now that this has been done at all positions, the structure is anchored. That completes the Absco 30292RK Regent Shed.